Most people have a fear of some kind, and flying is probably the most common. I'm a Virgin Atlantic pilot flying the Airbus. Virgin's state-of-the-art fleet is packed with the latest technology and safety aids. The aim of this programme is to take you through a typical flight and illustrate some of those thought-provoking clunks and bangs that some of you may worry about. This is an Airbus A340. Big, isn't it? Today we've got it all to ourselves. The reason being is that the pilots are undergoing what we call continual assessment. This means we'll take this aircraft for 4 hours and every 15 minutes do takeoffs and landings. It's top quality training. Simulators are good, they're very good, but nothing quite beats the real thing. Unlike what you may see in the movies, aeroplanes are not quiet. As you get onto the aircraft, you'll hear the air conditioning system. This is essential to maintain a comfortable temperature in the cabin. Before starting the engines, one of the crew will make a visual inspection of the aircraft to ensure the aircraft is in perfect condition for its next flight. On the flight deck, the other crew member is beginning the pre-flight checks, ensuring that all the systems are working correctly. During engine start, the air conditioning will stop to allow all the power to be directed to starting the engines. After start-up and pushback, the aircraft will taxi to the runway under its own power. Taxiways are generally not that smooth, so it's inevitable you'll hear the odd bump as the wheels cross the joins of the taxiway. You may notice the overhead bins tend to wobble. This is all normal. You may also hear some whining noises. Contrary to popular opinion, this is not the pilot moaning about his pension, but the noise of the flaps and the slats deploying in the wing. If you're sitting near a window, you may see them moving.
Romeo Yankees, clear takeoff runway 09, the surface wind 13.
We need flaps for takeoff and landing, because flaps increase the wing area, giving the aircraft more lift at slower speeds. Call bells will ding and dong. These are not secret messages, but signals for the crew to take their seats for takeoff. As a pilot, this is my favourite bit. We apply full power, check the engines are working to peak performance, and let the aircraft roll down the runway. You'll feel a slight kick in the back and a firm acceleration as the aircraft gains speed. Lots of bangs from the undercarriage as the wheels travel over the cat's eyes in the centre of the runway. As we lift off at around 160 miles an hour, the aeroplane moves into the environment it was built for. The wheels are retracted into the wheel well as they're not required until we come into land.
Right thrust, please.
After around a minute, you'll hear the engine wind down a bit. This is to reduce the noise signature on the ground, and if you live near an airport, you'll appreciate why we do this. As we are increasing speed all the time, we don't need the flaps or the slats anymore, so the next noise you'll hear will be them retracting back into the wing. Once we've reached our cruise altitude, which is 35,000 feet, or 6 miles high, the engines will throttle back. This is normally where you serve your G&Ts and gourmet cuisine. No such luck today.
During this stage of the flight, the cabin crew are at their busiest, so you'll hear plenty of call bells ringing. And if you're seated near a galley, you'll hear the sound of the meal trolleys being prepared. While sitting back and relaxing, you may at some stage encounter turbulence. It can happen totally out the blue. My best advice is to follow the instructions of the cabin crew. Keep your seatbelt fastened when seated. When the seatbelt sign is off, you may move around the cabin safely. Make sure you close any overhead bins you may have opened and store loose articles under the seat in front of you or in the seat pockets.
Aircraft are designed and built to fly through turbulence. They are designed to flex, the wings are designed to bend, and the engine nacelles are designed to flex on the pylons. Turbulence is uncomfortable, not dangerous. To reduce any prolonged discomfort, the aircraft may climb during the cruise to a different level. As with takeoff, the engine power will increase until we reach the new altitude. As you near your final exotic holiday destination, which today is Leicester, the aircraft will start to descend. It therefore needs less power, and so the engine noise will reduce in pitch.
As we descend, you'll notice the pressure in your ears will change. Yawn or pop your ears by holding your nose. Babies clear their ears by crying. This is entirely normal.
298 descend now to be flight level 270, 10 miles before number.
Descending flight level 270 to be level.
Air traffic control regulates the speed around airports, so it's often necessary to slow the aeroplane down during a descent. This is done by activating speed brakes on the wing. You may feel a little buffet as they are deployed. The aircraft will also be banking as it follows air traffic control instructions to the airport. During this phase you may well see another aircraft. Don't panic. Aircraft are coordinated to fly at different heights in different directions by air traffic control. They have the big picture. But the pilots on your plane have sophisticated proximity warning systems, as well as their own eyes.
As with takeoff, we require the use of slats and flaps as our speed reduces. There's more than one setting of flap, so as we approach final landing speed, the flaps will deploy more and more. One rather important necessity before landing is to lower the wheels. Apart from the noise of the doors opening and the wheels clicking into place, you're also going to get a lot of noise created by wind resistance. It's a bit like opening the sunroof in your car. During final approach, the engine noise may vary, as the aircraft is required to maintain a constant speed on touchdown. The landing speed is normally about 160 miles an hour.
On landing, the wheels will gently touch the ground. Normally. The next thing you will hear is the engine winding up to high power, as the thrust reversers bite in to slow the aeroplane down to taxi speed. Aircraft brakes can also, in some cases, make a slight noise.
If the pilot or air traffic control should want to abort the landing for any reason, a go-around is flown. This is a normal procedure. All that happens is a repeat of the takeoff and cruise procedures we talked about earlier. Flying is still the safest form of transport. Given the choice between flying and a Friday night on the M25, I choose flying every time. Flying should be an enjoyable experience. It gives us the opportunity to experience new cultures and adventures. We hope this programme's let you understand that each flight is a routine affair, not some experimental test flight or high drama like you may have seen in the movies. Next time you check in with Virgin, we trust you'll be flying without fear.